Nick and Mimi, this memorandum opinion and order filed today dismisses Chief Chet Epperson's complaint against the Fire and Police Commission. We are near Shore Drive, literally standing in the Rock River. Now, as you can see, I do have on my flood boots right now, anticipating high water levels. But Home Depot and the city of Rockford are working together to change that. Pretty soon, Birdwell and his family will be able to move out of a shelter and into a place they can call home. Some might think regulating farmers markets is overkill, but even vendors we spoke with say they support new regulations as long as it reassures buyers their food is safe. We are sitting here under a big monster truck. Hey, I told you these things are huge. Joining me now is Trey Myers. How tall are these monster trucks? There are certain tricks truck drivers use to stay up while driving, such as turning up the radio or rolling down their windows. And the best part about this, Sabrina, is that it's 4 players. That means me, you, Candace, and Derek can all play together. But it didn't work out too well.
Just eat the whole thing.
Oh.
See? You should have eaten it the way I gave it to you.
School officials say they had a couple routes running late this morning to pick up kids. That meant students were out in the cold longer than they had to be.
But he doesn't work out as much.
And, you know, he doesn't lick his lips as much either, so.
Ooh.
Police say some inmates in jail don't belong there. Not because they're innocent of committing a crime, but because they have a mental illness. It's a problem that's plaguing Illinois, including right here in the state line.
Since the closing of Singer and other mental health facilities throughout Illinois, the county sheriffs have been tasked with housing mental health patients.
Stevenson County Sheriff David Snyders says some people battling disorders are better off at a mental health facility instead of jail. He says correctional officers are not properly trained to deal with them.
If these individuals choose to fight an officer for whatever reason, the officer is at risk, the inmate is at risk.
The consequence of all these closures is bringing us to where we are now, which is a crisis.
Dick Kunert worked as director at the Singer Mental Health Center. He's now retired and volunteers at the Winnebago County Jail, where he says he sees firsthand inmates who would be better served at a mental health facility.
We don't have the financial support to put the people and the programs in place to keep people healthy on the outside.
Sergeant Anthony Birdwell looks at the house that will soon be his home. But that's after local volunteers finish fixing it up. It's part of Home Depot's annual celebration of service, where they renovate a house for a vet who has fallen on hard times.
I was in disbelief for like 3-4 weeks. Still am in disbelief.
It's been a rough couple of years for Birdwell. He was medically discharged from the Army after being diagnosed with a tumor. Surgery left a large scar on his back. That and other injuries make it hard for him to find work. And that's left him and his family living in a shelter.
Not being able to lift 15 pounds, stand for long periods of time, sit down for long periods of time, walk for long periods of time. I mean, most jobs require you be able to lift a minimum of 25 pounds.
The city of Rockford and Home Depot found out about the homeless vet's need for help. And once the word got out, dozens of state liners were asking how they can help too.
It's just a great opportunity that we have to make a difference and make an impact in their lives on the positive side when they've seen so much on the negative side right now.
Birdwell is looking forward to settling into his new home and starting college. He also plans on volunteering around the community.
I'm extremely thankful. I try to think of ways to repay him every day, and you can't repay something like that.
Police searched for clues at the Newtown Plaza after 32-year-old Michael Medeiros was arrested nearby for the murder of 27-year-old Ramon Bowen. It started as a fight between the two men at an apartment building in the 4800 block of Javelin Drive. That's when police say Medeiros shot Bowen in the chest.
You know, I know the people that live over here, and I was talking to a couple of girls, and they told me it was Ramon.
Marcia Chappell was heartbroken to find out her daughter's friend had been murdered.
He was a decent kid with me. Many years I've known him.
Neighbors say Medeiros worked with Bowen for a local lawn care business Bowen owned. They believe the dispute was over money. Some residents say they saw Medeiros approach Bowen with a shotgun.
They were arguing and fighting over the gun, and the guy shot him, his friend.
Workers at the Newtown Plaza had to be evacuated when the suspect entered their building.
One actually ran into our building with blood all over him and discarded the evidence into a garbage can that was on the out front of our door.
It's the first murder in the month of July, but Chappell says one is too many.
I just want these kids to stop it. I really, really, really do want these children to stop. It's crazy.